one. Our special guest is Fábio Viana. Hello, Fábio.
Hey Ed, uh, I'm good, and you? Nice to meet you again. And I need to say again, I really appreciate your job. It's important that podcast for help people, and I really appreciate.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate as well you coming and record the podcast. Okay.
All right,
So, for just for the people that are watching to know that I have never met you personally, right? It's the
all right,
first time we are actually having a conversation.
yeah,
Okay, your brother introduced us.
yes. When he show me that podcast, it was really nice, and I said for him, I really like to enjoy. I really like to participate. That it's an opportunity. Sometimes people study and never can practice naturally or that opportunity for learning. All right.
Okay, good. So to learn to improve your English, you have to practice, right? You just said,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, true.
So let's hear from you then. How you learn English? How did you? How you did? What did you do? Go on, tell us.
I'm work as a mechanical engineering,
Okay.
and I around 14 years, and I developed new solution for machines in the coffee area.
Interesting job. And you why do you use English? Did you learn English working? Did you go to school?
Mm, no. Nowadays, I don't use that, but I worked in the international company, and I had opportunity to use there. I needed to present my job, new solution. We had interface with, let me see, Austria, Austria,
Okay.
and the other plant in Austria, and it was nice. It's a challenge because I had good opportunities there. It was really nice, but it's frustrating too. Sometimes it's bad when you use technical English.
Mm,
In my opinion, it's so difficult. It's because you sometimes you work with in specific area and the other
okay.
time in other, and for you got ever vocabulary about that, is terrible. When you lost, I had a bad experience, but I can learn more, develop more, try to study and apply my knowledge there.
Okay, so you that means you were challenged when you worked for the company. You were challenged to speak English. But before that, how did you learn? Did you go to school? Did you learn English at a school, at a specialized school, or did you teach yourself like your brother Douglas did? He taught himself. So
N-
I think
No, no.
English language speaking runs in the family. Go on,
Uh,
tell us the story. Tell the story from the scratch.
uh, no, I didn't learn with my brother or my brother with me. It's
Mm,
because he young,
mm,
and I moved uh, from São Paulo a long time, 20 years ago,
right?
and I had just a little contact in that time.
Mm,
So and how I am married and my life is a little busy, I can I can work with him. All right.
okay.
It's been a long journey to get here to learn English. It's because I started a long time, around 12 years ago.
But what did you do
My
to
first
learn? What did you do to learn? How did you learn?
uh, my first contact with English was 12 years ago. I studied 1 year at KNN,
Ah,
and
okay.
but I need to stop by years on my college. I studied mechanical engineering, and it's a hard course. I need to stop the English and dedicate me more in my college. I will return when I finish, but my daughter was born the same year.
Oh, busy man. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Family man.
So
Okay.
I tried to find some way to learn alone. It's difficult because we don't have a methodology for it. I try to get my old books, watching TV, films, little
Nice.
short videos, and I developed more when I watch the cartoons with my daughter. And
In English,
it,
yeah?
yes, English. It was really nice because I advised her for learning English too, just a little bit. But for me, it's simple. But for her, that contact will be important in her life.
And how old was your daughter then? And how old is your daughter now?
7 years. Now
She,
he has 7 years. Yeah, yeah. And I always try to teach her.
nice.
She can be able to connect simple things, a simple conversation like name, place, travel, taste, what else? She can be able to connect simple things, and it's fun because it never was like an obligation for her.
Nice,
Because
okay.
she is kid, and I try to keep naturally. I try to propose, how can I say, simple things for her. Like she liked to buy simple things, and I had a deal with her. She got money when she studied with me, just 5 minutes per day. We never study every day, but we always try to study together. But now she has 7 years old, and it will be an obligation, 2 days per week or 3. But now she knows she needs to study. Now she can be able to know about that importance.
But is your daughter now enrolled at a school, at a specialized school of English, or she's
No.
just at regular school?
No, regular school. I try to
Okay.
put her, but she doesn't to study English.
Not just
She
specialized school.
Yes. I believe there are the the right time for that.
Good,
Like
yeah.
we had the deal, and now she needs to study with me. Now it's important because she's a kid. I present the importance of English for her. She knows. Now she can be able to connect. I can send a video for you. See, it's amazing. It's amazing for me. But in my opinion, people are lazy, and for kids, it can be an obligation. It's bad, in my opinion, for development.
Yeah, as understood that you used to kind of make it as a play with your daughter, watching cartoons and playing English with her. That's how I understood you did. And she got it. She understood English. And what's your daughter's name? What's her name?
Clarice. Her name's Clarice.
So is Clarice? Can she make like a small conversation with you, with her daddy?
Yes.
Nice.
It's really, really nice. And now when she wants to buy something, when she needs money, sit by my side and say, come on, study English. Just 10 minutes. Just, Daddy, if I study 30 minutes, how much I will save?
Okay.
She knows.
Very clever.
Other thing, it's that importance of money. She knows for get money, she needs to work. I
must
try
be qualified.
Yes.
Nice.
I always say for her, said for her, people who learn English, you will save example 3 more than people who doesn't study. She knows about that, and she can be able to use money when she needs money. She got her money and buy her toys, her cans, etc.
Okay, very good. Clothes, everything. So she she already understands you're kind of teaching her the value of things, but the value of things when you are qualified, when you have a qualification. And English, speaking English is a qualification, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
very
that's
important.
true.
Like yourself, you're a professional, and you still work for the company, the international company.
Nowadays is an international company too, but
Hmm.
I don't use English in there.
You haven't been
Uh,
using much now.
no, no. Nowadays
Hmm.
I don't use. It's bad because when uh, you need to use every day. I just learned English when I use every day, when I study every day. People for learning English need to have that contact. Sometimes if you study 30 minutes, let me continue my history by how can I learn English.
Okay, go on,
Uh,
please.
when I finish, let me see. On 2019, I studied 6 months uh, in Pinhal with a particular tutor,
Hmm.
and there 6 months. In 2022, I studied 3 months with the other teacher, and studied in platform QQ English with
Okay.
Philippines teacher. I studied 1 year and I developed more in there. It's because I had contact every day, 25 minutes per day, every day. I
Well,
can develop more.
that's interesting. 25 minutes a day. You managed to have like good English for good communication, yeah?
Yeah, the importance about that is have that contact. Sometimes people study 5 years, 10 years, and can't be able to connect, or they are shy or don't have opportunity. But when you speak more, uh, there are many ways to learn English. My last manager always say there are many ways to prepare Neston. Do you remember that?
Okay, this so
there are many
is
there are
a
many ways to prepare Neston. Choose your.
okay.
So it's true because in my case I developed more speaking.
Mm,
I studied 3 months with a good teacher,
okay.
and I freeze that time because it's like everything I said it's wrong. I studied more grammar, and it's so important. Grammar, it's so many important. But I can be able to connect. I use it app. The name is Linkby. It's free. I connect
Link
with
B.
people or
Mm,
Linkby. Yeah, I connect with people around the world. And when
nice.
I studied, I stopped to learn. I freeze. I don't know what happened. It was a bad experience for me
Because you
because
stopped, so you kind of forgot, yeah?
uh, it's like I had mistake all the time,
Ah,
and
okay.
I know I have a lot of mistake in my English, but I always said my advice for people: just speak English, just speak.
Okay.
I worked at a big company, international company, and you can count in your hands how many people will speak English, good English, a fluent English, and
Mm,
people have shy or I don't know what happened, but just speak. No one speak English, and who
mm.
care about that? You know so much uh, near a lot of people around.
Okay, so let me ask them, uh, organizing our thoughts. Has English helped you in life and at work? That's how I understood. I mean, you telling me that you have been teaching your daughter English. That's amazing. That's really good. She's 7 years old. She hasn't been to a specialized school yet, and she managed to communicate with her daddy, you, in English. That's really amazing because it's part of education, her education, right?
Yeah, yeah.
At work, I understood that you work for an international company and you practice English. And
Yeah.
now you have a different job. It's also an international company, but you haven't been practicing a lot of English there because maybe at the moment you don't have that. It's not, you don't need to use at the moment. But English, as understood, has helped you in life and at work for your career. Is that right? Is that what
Yeah.
I understood? Can you elaborate how English has helped you? Can you name the things, please?
Uh, how everyone knows it's English important in every areas.
Right.
But in the beginner, I began to study English. Like I choose a course and it was English. But when I have my first contact, and you can be able to connect with people around the world. My dreams is travel abroad. I never traveled abroad. I hope can get there, but for a while
Yes, we hope. Yeah.
I never traveled, and but I can imagine it. English open doors. Talking about job. What else? And you have new goals. You have new challenges in your life. It's amazing when you can connect. And when you need materials, specific materials on the internet, example, you use English. There are many materials than Portuguese. And I had an experience when a long time, I don't remember, but 5 years ago, I traveled, and at the hotel, I spoke with native English. It was amazing. It's my first contact, and I don't know how can you explain about I feel that time, but it's amazing.
So you felt good about yourself. You felt rewarding, because for me, it's very the work, the podcast here. For me, it's very rewarding listening to you, listening to people, saying to me that English has helped them in their life, and I think it's really satisfying for ourselves, for us, you and me and everybody that speak, everybody that speaks English. I think it's very satisfying to be able to communicate, no matter from, it doesn't matter what people are from, like people from America, from Great Britain, or Europeans. So you can talk to people, you can learn from other people.
Yeah.
I think the word is satisfying, rewarding.
Yeah. Yes, it's really nice. And in your place, in your job, when you speak English, it's different. People will see different because I always listen about just 100% of people speak English fluently. It's correct.
1% of people.
Yeah. I don't know if
you mean in Brazil.
In Brazil.
I would say I think a few years ago I checked for this date. Very important. I think I researched that again. There was from the Brazilian professionals working in the market, job market. Only 5% spoke English fluently. I might have the wrong data here. By research on the people that are watching. On the description of the video, you get the data right, the last research, you get the data right. But I remember a few years back, it was like from the qualified professional work in the Brazilian market, only 5% spoke English, which is really a low percentage of English speakers in like a second language for Brazilians.
Yes. It's sad. So when you speak English in some places, it's amazing. People will see different because you can be able. I receive invite for to present people at the company. What else? Participate in meetings. and it's very specific.
Or in English.
In English, yes. All right.
Nice. Congratulations, Fábio. Really good, really good. Culturally speaking, let's talk about culturally speaking. You met some people, native speakers, you met different people. What has English brought to you culturally speaking? What are the experiences? What can you tell people that are watching about, learn about different cultures?
Different cultures. It's amazing. I advise for beginners use link example. I always talk with people around the world, and people around have a different vision from Brazil. From Brazil,
good one.
People just thinking about like carnival and football.
Okay.
Everything you want to know about that. It's fun, and just a little bit knows Brazil. I don't know what happened. And in my opinion, when can know, I really like to know about their cultures. Example, my experience with Filipino teachers was amazing. It's like when you stay there, because you knows about their money, their place.
Interesting.
Their place. Their place. What else? And dreams of people. When you speak with a friend, you will talking about travel, family, a job. It's amazing. It's amazing because
the food they eat.
The foods. Yes. It's very interesting.
Cool.
And I believe when people speak English and talking about other people, in my case, I would like to stay in there, to know their every place. I always ask for them about how is to live in your place, how is to live in your country. It's good.
Really good.
So, sometimes people said about sad things too, and it's amazing.
Nice, very good, really good. One last question: what are the plans for? I know that you just said that you hope for travel abroad. What are the plans for the future then? It's very pointed out. I need to point. It's very important to have English into your resume. I'm sure that you have in your resume. What are the plans for the future, professionally speaking and personally speaking, please?
Okay. So nowadays I am 40 years old, and in the past I always had a lot of plans. Nowadays I live day by day. It's because it's more difficult when you have family. Nowadays I supply my home, and I can play with it. In the past, I can get my bag and travel and live abroad and let everything and just travel. But nowadays, I have my daughter, my wife, and it's a little bit difficult. I'd like to live abroad. If I have opportunity, I will. I'm sure I will. Sure. But it needs to a right thing. My plans in my career, I hope study more and develop more my job. Mechanical engineering is hard because there are many brands. It's a big field, so you need to study every time. And I hope study a little bit more. And in the future, travel. I love to travel. I love to stay with my family, and I would like to rest more. Let a little bit my career and stay with my family more time.
Have more free time with the family. That's great.
Yeah, that's
That's
so
great.
important, my opinion.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank you and Douglas as well, your brother that introduced us. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Really amazing talking to you. Thank you very much. And in future, as the plans work out, please let's record again. Okay, let's meet again.
Okay, I hope so. Thanks so much for your invite, and I hope stay here again.
Nice. And I hope you are invited to come back, maybe with a joint podcast with Douglas. Yeah, so we can talk about family and all this stuff. And thank you very much. Have a great time, and all the best luck.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye.